Look at that. That was amazing. All right, today we're unboxing a rebar cutter. So the manufacturer sent this rebar cutter to me. It's supposed to handle up to 3/4 inch rebar. And we're gonna cut the box open. It's very heavy. I think it's like 44 pounds. It comes in a case. Ah. All right. Yeah. I present to you rebar cutter. All right, comes with instructions, an oiler. See, it's got an oiler there. And it's probably tools and maybe spare blades. Definitely tools. Not sure about the blades. Wrenches and Allen keys. Yeah, this is a beast. Whew. This might be spare blades. So it looks like the blades are there. Yeah. So this looks like it's a ram. So let's see, where did I put my knife? The knife is right here. So the cord is zip tied to the handle. Looks like it's a long enough cord to get to my outlet. That's good. It's American plug, important. Let's see if it has an on switch someplace. Just a handle for operating it. Oh boy. Okay, so we'll see how this works. Definitely getting my face shield for this one. I'm gonna open up the manual. Electric rebar cutter. Okay, pre-user checklist. Use eye protection. Okay, I'll grab my PPE. Exercise proper control. Guard against the electric shock. Unplug tool. Beware of environment. Yeah, that's a good point. Wear proper apparel. No dangling objects. No long hair. Maintain cutter with care. Okay. And I have RC20. So RC20 is 1250 watts, 230 volts, or 950 watts, 110 volts. Its gross weight is 20 kilos. So that's why I said 44 pounds. Cutting speed is 3 to 3.5 seconds compared to like 7 minutes with a carborundum on a chop saw. All right, gives you the machine size. Okay. When operating in cold weather, warm the unit up for 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, that's interesting. But good to know, because I don't know that any other manufacturer would say that. Cutting, insert rebar in between stopper and front cutter block. Make sure it is properly seated and the U-shaped support right there. And then these are the instructions I'm reading. Pull trigger, keep depressed while the piston advances and rebar is cut. If the switch is released at an intermittent point, the piston will stop. When the cut is completed, release the switch, piston retracts automatically. That's interesting. Be specifically careful when cutting off short lengths, as the cut end tends to fly out. Short lengths is considered 30 centimeters. That's interesting. Do not cover air vents. So there's air vents in the back here. 30 centimeters. Yeah, that's Whoa, did you see that? That sheared that right off. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, very cool. So I liked how it did it. It forced this at an angle and sheared it off that way. So yeah, that's nice. That was quick. You saw how quick that was? Yeah, that was amazingly fast. So let's do this, do half of this length. Helmet on again. See how it ejected it? Yeah, it ejected it all right. That was cool. So yeah, this is a good tool. All right. So this is gonna make working on my concrete go a lot faster. So I gotta put in a pad in the backyard for where our grill is and where our trash cans go. And yeah, this is definitely something that's gonna work out well. So yeah, this thing's a beast. So let me give you and this is the PPE that I was using. So that's the back end of it. I'm gonna unplug it now that I no longer need it. Well, actually, let me do another video. Do a video on my phone this time. All right, we got this Anbull. This is a RC20. It's a rebar cutter. So it's good up to 3/4 inch, I think. And you just put the piece of rebar in. And I'm not even going to hold it this time. We'll see how dangerous that is. And what it does is this ram comes out, hydraulic ram comes out and forces this against that and literally chops it off. And then this piece goes flying. Oh. Let me put on my PPE, forget about that. Look at that. That was amazing. Luke, I'm your father. Actually, I look at him, something from Halo. Aliens. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So, literally chopped the rebar in less than 3 seconds. Yeah. It took me longer to take the tool out than it did to actually cut. A lot faster, a lot cleaner than using a chop saw with a carborundum disc. Carborundum disc, oh my God, you'd be there forever. And all the bad dust you'd be breathing in. So yeah, this thing's a beast. It's got a long cord, so it goes from here to that wall pretty easily. And that's the ram there. Actually, I'm gonna unplug it just for safety purposes since I'm done. And it comes with a case. So this is the case here. Oops, comes with extra tools to change everything. Comes with extra set of blades for when you need to cut it. And then you just wrap it up and put it in the case. Yeah, buddy. That was awesome. Yeah, so I'm digging it. Totally digging it. So this is pretty cool. It literally just chopped right through the rebar very easily. 3 seconds, boom, done. So yeah, this will definitely be useful in the field. You know, you got to consider you're going to need a good extension cord for this because it's 950 watts at 110 volts. So, you know, you're taking 10 amps, maybe 9 amps you're taking with this. So if you're running something else on there, you'll either have a 15 amp or a 20 amp circuit. But if you're running like a vacuum at the same time, you might trip the breaker. Or if you're running a miter saw at the same time, or a planer, you'll definitely trip the breaker. But it's quick, so maybe you won't. It's literally, you hold the button in, it cuts, 3 seconds, done. Whereas like, you know, a saw, you might, or a planer, you might be planing for a long time depending on the length of wood. So yeah, so happy with this for sure.